Hello, everybody, and welcome to Atheist Sunday School, your one-stop shop for everything Atheist Sunday School. Copyright, trademark, all rights reserved, Milwaukee Atheist
2019.
Productions 2019.
So, hello everybody, welcome to the show. Our guest today, because we were supposed to have David Smalley on.
We were supposed to.
Yes, but David had to cancel last minute because of some personal issues. So, instead, we got Steve Mcrae from the Non Sequitur Show. Say hello, Steve.
So I'm just a cheap imitation of David Smalley. I got you. Okay. Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen the Non Sequitur Show,
You won't see it here.
Well, you won't see it here, but it is
Yeah,
also.
you won't miss anything if you don't watch it. It's cool.
I think you miss a lot if you don't watch the Non Sequitur Show, because it's a fantastic show. Steve and Kyle do some great stuff, and I always like talking to Steve, so I'm glad that he's here, even though he's not showing us his beautiful face.
He's not feeling well.
You already know how pretty I am.
That's true. I do. After all those pictures that Steve sent me.
All those
Ooh,
pictures.
yeah.
Ooh.
You liked them, didn't you?
I loved them. They were good. They were amazing pictures.
What can I tell you? I'm proud
Free
of it.
real estate.
All right.
Are we doing the show?
Well, did we have any announcements?
How about the 100-point show?
We're going to get to that. All right. For announcements, we are over our halfway mark.
Yes.
We are at $351 for our Demon Summoning Drive. And remember, all donations, all super chats go to this fund. And then once we hit $666, we will be doing a demon summoning.
Yes, we can't promise a specific demon, but I'll consult the astrological charts and make sure that everything is as it's supposed to be, as written in the magic spell book.
Yes. That's where we find all the accurate stuff.
All the accurate
in the magic
stuff.
spell books.
And if it doesn't work,
No
then
surprise.
we just did it wrong.
yeah, then we just did it wrong, I guess.
Or we didn't believe.
Yeah, we didn't believe hard enough.
Not enough faith. So we're over halfway there. And other than that, we don't really have any announcements.
That video you're working on.
Well, yes, still working on the Golden Calf video. That one's going to come out.
Still working on the occult Nazism video.
Yeah, we got
I just keep
big
reading
projects, yeah.
reading books about it.
I'm still not
It's going to
working
be probably the most thoroughly investigated video, except maybe, like, what, you read a lot for Josephus, right?
For just the Trinity too.
And
That was a
Trinity,
long
yeah.
one. I don't know. A brief history of the Trinity. It's a half hour long.
Yeah. Well, anyways, let's get that 100-point show started.
Yes.
Pew, 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 pew. You know, you don't have any cool sound effects. So.
No, that's true.
So, Steve, the way the 100-point show works is while we're waiting for more viewers to
Join
crowd
us.
in.
Vamp for time.
Yeah. We ask a question that either does or does not have an accurate answer, but if it does have an accurate answer,
And you find it,
you get 100 points that are not cashable anywhere for anything.
So, my 100-point show question.
Did Steve understand?
I think yo entiendo.
Yeah. I think he's got it.
Good.
So, my 100-point show question is, in the Golden Calf narrative, what is the closest parallel to the destruction of the Golden Calf in other ancient Near Eastern myths?
Damn, I don't get to play this one. I know it.
Destruction of the golden calf.
That is what I said.
The destruction. Not the construction, but the destruction.
The destruction, yes.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm gonna
Let's go with. Is there something in the Koran about it? Is there Koran correlation?
Is there what?
Is there like a similar story in the Koran?
No.
No.
Really?
I don't think so.
The first chapter of the Quran's called the cow.
I don't remember a calf story. The golden calf.
Well, let's
but
not
even,
say
but even
no.
though it
We
comes
don't
way
know.
later, like
Well, I remember there's like the sacred bull, but is that a correlation?
well, the sacred bull is. I mean, there were plenty of civilizations and religions
Taurus.
that had
Yeah,
calf
Taurus, the
worship.
constellation bull.
Yeah.
That's not relationship to it.
No.
No, then I
It's a
suck.
very
I don't get any
specific
points.
one. All right, I'm just gonna tell you guys.
Do I get 1 point for trying?
Yes.
You know,
what?
participation point?
I will give Steve the participation point.
Thank you,
can
thank
get
you,
a
Jesus.
point,
Pew!
and you can be ahead in points for trying, but you can't win
Damn,
for trying.
I feel like I accomplished something this morning. Thank you.
So the closest one for the destruction of the calf would be the story of Anat and Mot from I think they're Syrian. So the thing is, Mot was the god of the dead,
Yeah.
and he was also the main enemy of Baal. So Baal had Anat kill Mot, and in the description of his destruction, it said that he was burnt up and melted and grinded into a powder, and then his remains were scattered in I forget if it was a sea or a river, but
I think it was a river because the other story used a river.
well, I know, but that doesn't. Either way, remains were scattered.
Yeah, in the waters.
Yeah. So that's a very close now the thing is that kind of thing happens in many ancient Near Eastern myths when it comes to destroying cultic objects, which is why the calf narrative, the one in First Kings and the later one in Exodus, share that description of its destruction, because it was just how they destroyed these cultic objects.
Yeah, and we're gonna be near First Kings next time, right? We're
Yeah.
gonna be in First
In
Kings,
First Kings
or
next
Second Kingdoms.
Yeah.
Well, that's
That was my 100-point show question.
interesting.
That was too long.
That was. I'm sorry.
All right.
You're disqualified.
I was trying to be educational.
Okay, here's a 100-point show question.
I'm gonna give you my point, Lawrence. You can have mine.
Thank you.
back. I share. I don't want you to feel like you didn't participate with this.
So, the Tibetan Book of the Dead, Bardo Thodol, describes the bardo, which is a period of time between death and the next reincarnation of a person within their system. How long is the bardo?
Ooh,
7 years.
43 years.
No.
Damn it, I thought I was right. Is it 48 years?
No.
Oh.
Okay, well, what do you think, Steve?
53.25.
No.
What is it?
It's 49 days.
Oh, okay.
What? I guessed years.
All right. Steve, what is your 100-point show question?
Let's see here. What was the name of the demon we conjured last night? Since you guys were doing a demon thing.
Was it... I don't know, I didn't even watch the episode. Was it Belial?
No,
Damn.
you guys didn't even watch last night. Well, we conjured a Ouija board demon.
Oh, okay.
Oh, a Ouija board demon.
The live chat knows.
Ooh.
They already said it. It was Zoso.
Oh, okay.
Who would know that?
Zoso.
Anyone that watched the episode,
I
probably.
guess.
But it was a demon, since you're talking about demonology.
Right.
So are you buddy with the demon Zoso now?
Well, he was supposed to go over and, I guess, invade Kyle's dreams last night. Now, I haven't heard from Kyle all morning, so I'm a little concerned, but I slept like a baby, so.
Well, there's a reason why you haven't heard from him all morning.
Yeah.
He's trapped in an unending nightmare thanks to what you did.
Good job,
Yeah,
Steve.
like I said, as long as I get his stuff if something happens to him, it's okay.
All right. So that was the 100-point show. We did announcements. Let's jump right into the Bible. You have the King James Version.
You have the English Standard Version
We have the Holy Scriptures according to some Jewish people.
and the New King James Version.
And We have the Old Testament survey from the New Interpreter's Bible.
And Unfolding the Deuteronomistic History.
Yes, by Anthony Campbell and Mark O'Brien.
Guys have
Yes.
gone over
And
this.
also
so
the
many times.
Oxford Companion to the Bible.
Edited by Bruce M. Metzger and Michael D. Coogan.
Yes,
Jeez, guys.
we're amazing. That was fantastic.
I think you guys should just never do any live streaming again. That's it. You've reached your peak.
I mean, yeah, that's it. We're at the top.
You're at
Yeah.
the top now.
We
number one.
we went over.
King of the Hill.
Yeah, we're over as shit. So
You jumped a shark there.
Desubscribe from PewDiePie. Take all of Pew's subscribers and put them over to our channel.
Yeah.
they'll see that would
Did
be
you
pretty
see?
cool.
Did you see, guys? Before we start, that the Jesus guy that we use,
Yeah.
is being on PewDiePie.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I guess he's getting tons of funding.
Yeah.
Well, it's too bad he doesn't just give everyone else some shout outs like the guys that gave him $5, you know.
Yeah, one time
Yeah.
he fucking does that shit for a living.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well,
All right.
Jesus needs help.
Or he did.
And his actual name is Jesus H. Christ.
I think he did change it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right.
All
Let's
right,
jump
so
right
I'm
into the
going
Bible.
to start off with chapter 22 here.
Yep.
And David spake unto the Lord the words of this song. In the day that the Lord had delivered him out of the hand of all his enemies and out of the hand of Saul. So this is, why is this here?
I know it seems very out of place, right?
Yeah.
At the end of
At the end of
End of
Second
Sa-
Samuel,
Second
way,
Samuel.
way after the whole Saul thing. It's like Saul is just in the distant past, but this
Here-
is important.
Here he is.
Yeah, Saul's been dead for quite a while now.
Yeah, multiple times.
Yeah, depending on which interpretation you go by,
Right.
he might have been dead, undead, and then re-dead.
Right.
Re-dead.
You could say that.
Yeah.
Re-dead.
And he said, and that was a voice crack, the Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer. The God of my rock, in him will I trust. This is very homoerotic. He is my shield and the horn of my salvation.
Jeez.
My high tower and my refuge, my Savior. Thou savest me from violence. I will call on the Lord, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from mine enemies. When the waves of death compassed me, the floods of ungodly men made me afraid. The sorrows of hell,
Does it say hell?
it says hell.
Really?
What does it say?
I have the. Wait, hold on. For 5 or 6? Are you?
I'm on 6.
Okay. Yeah, mine says the cords of Sheol.
Sheol is
Yes.
Jewish hell.
But
Equivalent.
it's not
Not
the
exactly.
same thing.
No, it's
Sheol
not.
is-
It's not the same. I know.
Yeah, Sheol is pretty different.
Yeah, Sheol.
Well,
is-
anyone goes there
Sheol
when
is
they
more
die.
like the more
Greek
like the
afterlife.
Babylonian afterlife.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
Greek. Greek's pretty close.
I mean,
Or Roman.
kind of.
I mean, frankly, Sheol is kind of like a mix between the Greek afterlife and then Valhalla. They
Oh,
have
weird.
like the souls of fallen uncircumcised warriors and shit.
Yeah, damn uncircumcised warriors.
Yeah, well, they couldn't have the Jewish afterlife. They weren't circumcised.
Right.
Yeah, that'd just be awkward.
It's like Jews and non-Jews together
But this book,
in the afterlife.
the King James Version has not used the term hell yet
Right.
until here.
This is the
Yeah,
first
and
time.
as
that
far as
it's
I know,
used
Sheol hasn't been brought up either.
no, Sheol has been brought up, but that's the first time that the KJV says hell,
Right.
which is very interesting.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Very strange. Especially because there's, I mean, the details about
And
Sheol
actually,
are
hold on, actually-
laid out later.
Yes.
So, like, what does he know about hell?
So keep reading that verse because there's something kind of interesting about it.
Okay. The sorrows of hell compassed me about. The snares of death prevented me.
So it seems like he's using it, not that he literally went there,
Right.
but metaphorically, like on the brink of death, I guess.
Yeah. But
So it's not even like a description of hell or anything, even about hell or Sheol itself. Very much
Just a statement.
Look how close I was to die.
Yep.
yeah. In my distress, I called upon the Lord and cried out to my God. And he did hear my voice out of his temple, and my cry did enter into his ears. God has ears now.
Yes, he does. He has ears.
Do you know how many though?
I'm gonna guess 3, one for each person.
No. No. God's everywhere.
Oh wow! So he's got a
Pantheism.
lot of ears.
Then the earth shook and trembled, the foundations of heaven moved and shook, because he was wroth. There went up a smoke out of his nostrils, and fire out of his mouth devoured. Coals were kindled by it.
He's starting to sound a little like a dragon.
Yeah, he's kind of.
Yeah, does he have wings?
Oh,
Or
let's
is he a
see.
Chinese dragon?
Let's see.
He's just lungs.
He bowed
I'm not even sure.
the heavens also, and came down. So he bowed the heavens. He made the sky bow down,
I'm not even sure.
and came down, and darkness was under his feet. And he rode upon a cherub and did fly. So apparently he needs riding cherubs
Yes,
in
he
order
does.
to
So
fly.
he's not a dragon, but he has cherubs which help him act like a dragon.
Yeah.
So what? He's got fat kids carrying him to breathe fire on people? This is ridiculous.
Yeah. And
Sorry.
he was seen upon the wings of the wind. And he made darkness pavilions round about him,
Yeah.
dark waters and thick clouds of skies. Through the brightness before him the coals of fire kindled. The Lord thundered from heaven, and the Most High
Yeah,
uttered
and just
his
to,
voice.
Just to keep in mind, Most High is what you get from El Elyon.
El Elyon.
Yes. So it's another name for God. It was also the same kind of epithet that was used for, I think it was used for El.
Right.
Uh,
I mean,
obviously.
obviously.
Yeah. But specifically El Elyon also, not just El, because El became a generic word for God. But El Elyon was another title. Most High. So.
Most High.
Yeah.
And he sent out arrows and scattered them, lightning and discomfited them.
So it's kind of weird because all this imagery is starting to kind of come together, and it's very interesting because you have this thunder from heaven and you have the imagery of the lightning, but you also have and also like the when
Arrows.
arrows.
So he like shoots lightning arrows.
No. That would be another like a war thing. The arrows. So, and I personally think that it still might be referring when talking about him being upon the cherub. I still think it might be talking about a statue of Yahweh. But hey, whatever. That's open to discussion.
I think it would be pretty ridiculous to assert that it would be talking about a statue of Yahweh, specifically because this is David singing a song about this thing that
Yeah.
he says happened.
Like not that like the authors were like, oh, this David guy.
He's talking about a vision that he got when he was close to death.
Sure.
Right. So why in his vision would he see a statue of Yahweh and a statue of a cherub instead of a real Yahweh and a real
Yeah,
cherub?
it's his dreams.
It's just a way of identifying things. Like how in Greek myth, like there are always like these little, there are always things that are identified with the god. Like you see an eagle,
Right.
you think Zeus.
Oh no!
Right, but when you see Zeus, you think Zeus too.
Also, yes.
Yeah.
oh my
so
God,
like
it's a Zeus.
in the animated Hercules movie,
Okay,
Right.
okay. The animated Hercules movie.
which
Why
was
are we using that as like a canon here?
we shouldn't be using that as canon.
What the hell?
well, look, the canon is all mixed up, and there's
Well, it's
no
certainly
reason
it's certainly
to include.
not the Hercules movie.
yeah, and you're not helping.
Thank you, Landon.
Whoa! Whoa, Landon Knoll with the $66.60.
Holy cow, Landon. Yes, there's me.
$6.66, and he's a mathematician. He can't count.
Wow.
Just put an extra zero there.
Woo.
Right, what
But
else?
yeah, with the
I haven't even
animated
seen that
Hercules
animation
movie,
before.
That was, an individual, or not an individual, but a group of people making a piece of art,
Yes,
which was representative.
a children's movie. They were making a children's
They
movie.
they were making something vaguely
Children's movie.
related to Zeus.
Yes.
Right. And the Zeus that we see, right,
Yeah.
regularly outside of the Hercules movie is a statue in fucking Greece.
Sure.
Right, but when they drew the Hercules movie, there was a scene where he was a statue.
Sure.
But for the most part, he was just Zeus. Now here's David singing a song about a vision that he had when he was close to death.
It's
Why
not-
would he be singing about a statue floating over the dark waters?
And David spoke to the Lord the words of this song on the day when the Lord delivered him from the hand. Okay, so this is just a song of praise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why are you arguing about this
Fuck
again?
it. Yeah, this is just a stupid point to even argue about. Either way,
Anyways, so he's got lightning arrows, and the channels of the sea appeared, and the foundations of the world were discovered at the rebuking of the Lord, at the blast of breath of his nostrils. He sent from above, he took me, he drew me out of many waters. He delivered me from my strong enemy, and from them that hated me, for they were too strong for me. They prevented me in the days of calamity, but the Lord was my stay. He brought me forth also into a large place. He delivered me, birth, because he delighted in me. The Lord rewarded me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of my hands hath he recompensed me.
which is really weird, because like I think I know what he means by cleanness of the hands,
Yeah.
but he killed a lot of people.
Yeah. Thank you, DB Cisco.
Yes, thank you, DB Cisco, for the 666.
Woo! Yeah, he did kill a lot of people. And, I mean, the whole Jewish thing, they talk about several washing rituals throughout all these books. Right? It's very clear that the washing of the hands was held in very high regard in their society.
Keep your hands clean.
Somewhat.
Probably not something that most tribes
At
could
this
afford.
point, I don't think so,
Yeah.
but certainly by cleanness, I don't know, whatever holy law they had, if any, at this point.
Well, they washed their feet, remember?
Oh, well, yeah, that was
Yeah.
just more of a courtesy thing.
But they didn't necessarily wash their hands.
Right.
All right. He delivered me and rewarded me. For I have kept the ways of the Lord and have not wickedly departed from my God, for all his statutes were before me. And as for his statutes, I did not depart from them. I was also upright before him, and have kept myself from mine iniquity. Therefore the Lord have recompensed me according to my righteousness, according to my cleanness in his eyesight. With the merciful thou wilt show thyself merciful, and with the upright man thou wilt show thyself upright. With the pure thou wilt show thyself pure, and with the froward thou shalt show thyself unsavory.
I have, and with the crooked you shall,
Crooked.
you make yourself seem torturous.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
Yep, that's
What
the same.
that means,
Torturous.
very little to me. I'm not even
That's
sure.
a good insult, though, calling someone torturous.
Like this
Yes.
book. This book is torturous.
It is, yeah.
Sometimes.
Also led to a lot of death too.
Yep.
Just wait until we get to Chronicles.
Oh my god.
The whole Narnia thing's based off of that.
Chronicles?
Chronicles of Narnia.
Oh my god. No.
I'm just fucking with you. But it is hilarious because it's a massive allegory.
Yeah.
Anyways. So it's a good pun.
And
Okay.
the afflicted people thou wilt save. But thine eyes are upon the haughty, that thou mayest bring them down. For thou art my lamp, O Lord.
Oh, with the lamps again.
Yes.
I love lamps.
And the Lord.
You didn't love lamps when we were reading about it in
Hey,
Leviticus.
hey,
You
hey,
didn't love that.
that's
or,
not
or
a lamp.
Exodus. You didn't like that lamp.
not a
That
lamp.
holy lamp. You didn't like it.
not a lamp.
You fucking hated it.
It's not a lamp. Just be fair with yourself. You know it's not a
It was
lamp.
called a lamp. This
It's
is
a
called
candle
lamp.
holder.
This is called a lamp.
Well, it better
this
not
is
be a-
probably not an actual lamp.
Oh, you know what? That's a total ripoff. They say it's lamps. You go to a lamp store, you walk in, candle holders. Just candle holders. You'd be pissed.
But this is probably what. That's what
I,
lamp meant.
I know. I got you.
Just fuck it. Let's keep going.
All right.
Chris, would you kindly make a scale model that is 100% accurate of the tabernacle?
I have the materials, but no.
No, that would be doing something a little too productive.
You think that's productive?
Well, it literally is producing a model, so
Yeah.
yes, it's productive.
Well,
Yeah.
fine. I just think it's a waste of my time to make that particular product. Sorry.
It would
Let's
be
continue.
a good prop. And it would take you a really long time,
Yes.
and you'd have to read that stuff
Stupid passage
over and over again.
yes.
Oh, man. And the Lord will lighten my darkness, for by thee I have run through a troop. By my God have I leaped over a wall.
Oh, man, that is political.
Yeah. As for God,
Relevant.
his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler to all them who trust in him. For who is God, save the Lord? And who is a rock, save our God? God is my strength and power, and he maketh my way perfect. He maketh my feet like hinds' feet, and setteth me upon my high places. He teacheth my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken in mine arms. Did that ever happen?
I don't know.
No,
No.
We don't know.
I don't remember that.
If he did,
I don't
it was
recall him breaking a steel bow.
in his tens of thousands of killing people. Maybe one
Maybe
time
it
he
happened
did.
eventually.
Well,
Yeah.
I
he's
mean,
just-
it was Samson who did all the breaking things by hand.
I mean, the only thing about David is that
he killed a
he
lot.
was good with the bow, right? I think he was said to be a good archer.
Well,
He
sling
was,
and archer.
Well, that, but
yeah, he used a sling in one story,
Yeah.
but he was a good archer according to something
Yeah.
back here.
yeah,
And
when
a
we were just
harpsman.
being introduced to him.
yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Thou hast given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy gentleness hath made me great. Thou hast enlarged my steps under me, so that my feet did not slip. I have pursued mine enemies, and destroyed them, and turned not
Thanks,
again.
God.
Yeah,
Give me big feet. Thanks. Good job, God.
until I had consumed them. And I have consumed them, and wounded them, that they would not arise. Yea, they are fallen under my feet. For thou hast girded me with strength to battle. Them that rose up against me hast thou subdued under me. Thou hast also given me the necks of mine enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me. They looked, but there was none to save, even unto the Lord, and he answered them not. Then I did beat them, as small as the dust of the street. I did beat them as small as the dust of the street, and did spread them as the mire of the street, and did spread them about. No, wait. I did
there, man?
stamp them as the mire of the street,
Man, I can read better than you.
and did spread them abroad. No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
Thou hast.
We're not doing this. If you guys start to break into that song,
Oh, we're not going to do that.
okay, good.
No.
We don't just
Because you
do...
started.
Oh, you want to
started-
do a
No,
Disney
no,
thing?
No.
Nobody likes those here. Everyone
Yeah.
hates them more than you.
I
Nope,
understand.
nobody likes them, but to be fair, Chris, anything you can do, I can do better.
Oh my.
I don't give a shit what you say. Fuck off.
I win.
There.
Yep.
You gonna break out a Frozen song? 'Cause that'd be really cool.
Oh, let's please not.
Let it go.
Something about snowmen.
Build a snowman? No.
No, I don't
let's
think
not
so.
build a snowman.
I-
Never mind. Let it go. Just let it go.
Oh my
All
god.
right, can we move on now?
You son of a bitch, Steve.
Turn away and slam the door.
We'll never get this first chapter
I've
done.
never seen Frozen.
Neither have I.
I didn't think it was
Worth
worth
seeing.
seeing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is it so popular?
Did that on air.
There.
I saw a little bit of it and I was like, this is really terrible. Why is this so popular?
Yeah. Like that.
Don't like Disney.
Because what?
Atheists don't like Disney, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Weird.
I mean,
That's
I
gotta
like,
be it.
I like Disney well enough. They make some good movies.
Not Star Wars.
Not Star Wars.
They make Star Wars bad.
They could have made Star Wars good.
Of course they could have.
They had the money. They had the resources.
Just pick the wrong people.
They had not the strength of the Lord on their
I
side.
guess not.
Where was I even? Okay, they looked, there was none to save. Then I did beat them as small as the dust of the earth. I did stamp them as the mire of the street, and did spread them abroad. And thou hast also delivered me from the strivings of my people. Thou hast kept me to be head of the heathen. A people which I knew shall not serve me. Oh, no, a people which I knew not shall serve me. So here they're referring to heathens outside of the Nordic heathens. So it is canon that the heathens are just people who aren't Jews.
I mean, yeah,
Yes.
that was the whole idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, good canon.
Yeah, it's canon. It's
Let's
a
con-
point
let's
of
continue.
contention in some groups. I'm sure you're aware. Anyways, strangers shall submit themselves unto me. As soon as they hear, they shall be obedient unto me, which is bullshit because they don't, and they haven't been. Strangers shall fade away, and they shall be afraid out of their close place. You know what? Even the people who weren't strangers to him, and who knew him very well,
Yeah, he still
Still-
treated them like shit.
yeah, and they didn't just listen to whatever he said.
Right.
He just had a whole revolution that almost happened. What an idiot.
No, but the Lord is with him.
Okay, yeah. The Lord loveth, and blessed be my rock, and exalted be the God of the rock of my salvation. It is God that avengeth me, and that bringeth down the people under me, and that bringeth me forth forth from my enemies. Thou also hast lifted me upon high above them that rose up against me. Thou hast delivered me from the violent man. God delivered David
Yeah, from the
from
violent,
the
man.
violent man.
It's like, thank you so much for not letting those violent people come after me, God.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Fucking violent people.
Yeah.
Nobody likes them. It's a good thing David's here.
It's a good thing David's such a nice guy, TM.
Yeah. Nice guy, TM.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
trademark.
Therefore I will give thanks unto thee, O Lord, among the heathen, and I will sing praises unto thy name.
I am among the nations.
The heathen nations, maybe. He is the tower of salvation for his king, and showeth mercy to his anointed, unto David, and to his seed, forevermore.
All right.
So this really just goes to show exactly how, like, twisted this guy's brain is.
Also, I feel like this was probably written fairly early, too.
Well, it's supposed to take place right after Saul dies, right? Why it's even here is a
Right,
complete mystery.
It's weird completely. But the thing is, the end here, which I actually think someone argues just that last section is part of a different tradition, like the last verse there, because it's like great salvation he brings to his king, and shows steadfast love to his anointed, to David and his offspring, even though David is the one speaking here. And this is the first time he refers to himself in the third person, and guaranteeing that God is showing steadfast love to David in the third person and his offspring forever. That sounds like a
Promise.
pre-exile thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, this is just a completely
That last verse is kind of weird, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
This whole chapter is weird.
It's out of place.
It is.
Completely out of place. And I mean, Saul was the one who went nuts. David is just a narcissist. Holy shit.
And yeah, I mean, Saul tried to kill David on multiple occasions.
Yeah. Well, David's
there-
such a narcissist that even when he's singing a song of praise for God, he's still talking about himself.
Yes.
Holy shit.
So that was chapter 22. Definitely drop a like if you're enjoying the stream. Subscribe if you haven't. Share it around. All that good stuff.
Yes.
And let's jump into chapter 23. Steve, how you doing over there?
Oh, I'm doing. I shared it, by the way.
Oh, fantastic! Thank you.
Excellent.
I shared you all over the place. I spread you around like everywhere.
Oh my God,
Cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
I know you like being
anytime-
spread.
Anytime you want to chip in, just interrupt us.
Yeah,
whenever.
like you can. Have,
I don't know these stories, so I'm just listening and going along for the ride.
Hey, listen. If I mean, some of these things.
They're
You know,
just
there are
funny.
plenty of things like we don't know, but then we comment on them once we read them because they're so crazy.
Yep.
So, any commentary you have,
Feel free.
yeah. So, let's jump into chapter 23.
Chapter 23.
Now these are the last words of David. The oracle of David, the son of Jesse, the oracle of the man who was raised on high, the anointed of the God of Jacob, the sweet psalmist of Israel. And obviously they call him that because he's said to have written the Psalms, traditionally.
Right.
That was written in many sections.
Like, he's a poet. We get it.
Yeah, we get it. He's great at these things. The Spirit of the Lord speaks by me. His word is on my tongue. The God of Israel has spoken. The Rock of Israel has said to me, when one rules justly over men, ruling in the fear of God, he dawns on them like the morning light, like the sun shining forth on a cloudless morning, like rain that makes grass to sprout from the earth. I don't remember that ever being said.
So, He shall
Nope.
be as just natural events.
God will be a bunch of stuff that you see
He's gonna
mundanely.
be the nice things that you like about the world.
The nice things, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Instead of war.
All too
War
bad.
has changed!
You'll get that too.
I mean, he's not even talking about what God is like. He's talking about what God says the rulers over
Right.
men
Right.
are like.
For does not my house stand so with God? For he has made me with an everlasting covenant, ordered in all things and secure. He has a very high opinion of himself.
Yes.
I
he
mean,
does.
we already knew that, but here's more of it. This is probably from like a very similar time period as the song that we just read, the Deliverance Praise.
Yeah, the thing is that when you're writing a story, there's literally no point in having any character be like, "Oh, I'm so cool, right?" Because
Unless they're gonna die, ironically, in 2 seconds.
well, not even like the only time that it's ever relevant is when someone else points it out.
Yeah.
So,
Or they get proven to be not cool.
I mean, not even from like, wow, this story is garbage perspective, but like the author of
Yeah.
this story just didn't know how to write.
Yeah, I mean, and whoever put this stuff together,
Didn't know how to compile.
very poorly. Whoever put this
No, they have
right
no
here-
idea how to compile things.
Well, yeah. They probably like stacked Jenga up in like straight lines.
Yeah, that's the compiler system they ran pre-DOS.
They're just stand them upright on top of each other.
Yeah, that fits together, right, guys?
For will he not cause to prosper all my help and my desire? But worthless men, does yours say Belial?
The sons of Belial.
Of course it does. But worthless men are like thorns that are thrown away, for they cannot be taken with the hand. I guess they can.
yeah.
But the man who touches them arms himself with iron and the shaft of a spear, and they are utterly consumed with fire.
He arms himself with just the shaft of the spear,
Yeah.
not the tip.
No.
He leaves that at home.
And then the thorns will be consumed with fire. Because that's what happens
Yeah, because
when you
it's
have
so easy
a
to,
shaft of a spear.
Yeah, and it's so easy to burn living plants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember that one time when all those living plants were
Well-
just on fire.
It doesn't say anything about plants. It just says
Thorns,
Now you assume it's like a rose, right?
no.
I'm assuming that it's a nature thorn because they've been talking
About
almost
nature.
exclusively
Yeah, this whole
about
time.
nature metaphors.
Be really off
Well,
topic to not stick with that.
either way. I mean, they talk about spears too. That's not. Anyways, okay. These are the names of the mighty men whom David had.
Oh wait, mine says fenced with iron. So it's like barbs, right?
I mean,
It's not like actual thorns.
yeah, but that's the KJV.
This is KJV.
But, so these are the names of the mighty men whom David had. Josheb Bashabeth, a holy fuck.
Mine doesn't say that.
Tachemonite? What does yours say?
A Tachemonite.
I don't even know how to say that.
That's a great word, though.
Well, what did yours just say? Because mine says, "These be the names of the mighty men whom David had."
Yep.
The Tachmonite that sat in the seat, chief among the captains, was the first one that it lists.
Oh, so does it have a name
No.
for him?
No.
Oh, that's weird.
I think it's pronounced Tahoe.
Would it be there's a I have TAHCHEMONITE.
I have TACHMONITE.
I don't have anything.
That's ridiculous. I'm not even sure where to go from there. Okay, let's just keep. let's keep going. I'm just gonna power through this.
Power through.
Yep. So Josheb Bashabeth, a Tachemonite, he was chief of the three. He wielded his spear against 800 whom he killed at one time. At one time.
OP.
And next to him, among the three mighty men, was Eliezer, the son of Dodo, son of Ahoy.
Hoy hoy.
I'm not even okay. Ahoyhi, Ahoyhi.
Dodo the Ahohite.
Oh my god. You can't power through this. It's too funny.
This is difficult. This is really difficult. He was with David when they defied the Philistines, who were gathered for battle, and the men of Israel withdrew. He rose and struck down the Philistines until his hand was weary, and his hand clung to the sword. And the Lord brought about a great victory that day. And the men returned after him only to strip the slain.
So, this is like retconning? 'Cause I don't remember these guys doing all that with him then.
I feel like that. I don't remember these guys specifically. I think Eliezer, he was also the name of a priest. I don't know if it's the same one.
Eliezer, I don't...
Yeah, Eliezer was a priest.
Yeah, I know he was
Yeah.
a priest. I don't remember him ever doing anything combat related.
Right.
Yes, this is retconning, and or they forgot to mention it till now.
And next to him was Shammah, the son of Agi the Hararite. The Philistines gathered together at Lehi, where there was a plot of ground full of lentils, and the men fled from the Philistines. But he took his stand in the midst of the plot, and defended it, and struck down the Philistines, and the Lord worked a great victory. So, apparently there were these three pretty brutal warriors that we don't hear about until just now.
Good, yep.
Yep.
Oh
Are these the Nephilim?
my god.
Well, there they were.
And 3 of the 30 chief men went down and came about harvest time to David at the cave of Adullam, when a band of Philistines was encamped in the valley of Rephaim. David was then in the stronghold, and the garrison of the Philistines was then at Bethlehem. I think I remember this part.
Sort of.
And David said longingly, "Oh, that someone would give me water to drink from the well of Bethlehem that is by the gate." Then the 3 mighty men broke through the camp of the Philistines and drew water out of the well of Bethlehem that was by the gate and carried and brought it to David. Wow.
These guys are great.
So they were in an enemy camp, and the moment David wants some water,
They go nuts.
they break through. They're like, fuck being here.
Yeah.
We gotta go help David.
Y'all remember
He's
trench
thirsty.
warfare?
And it took 3 of them to get water.
Yep.
He was thirsty. He was really thirsty.
Really thirsty.
Anything for King David.
Yeah. But he would not drink it. What a piece of
What
shit.
the hell? Hold on. Why?
They, wow, that's funny. What a dick. He poured it out to the Lord. What a son of a bitch. And said, "Far be it from me, O Lord, that I should do this. Shall I drink the blood of the men who went at the risk of their lives?" Therefore he would not drink it. These things the 3 mighty men did. I'm so confused. Okay, so they got him some water.
Yeah.
Because it said he was thirsty.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you guys put yourselves in danger for me? Well, I can't drink this.
Oh no. Yeah, he specifically said he wanted to drink it.
Yep.
And then he is suggesting drinking the blood of some people?
No, mine's...
No. He's saying
Mine-
it would be like drinking the blood of the men who went and got this water.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm guessing.
Okay.
Yeah, it says in mine, he said, "Be it far from me, O Lord, that I should do this. Is not this the blood of these men who went in jeopardy of their lives? Therefore he would not drink it."
Okay. Now Abishai, the brother of Joab, the son of Zeruiah, was chief of the 30, and he wielded his spear against 300 men,
Holy
and
shit.
killed them, and won a name beside the 3. He was the most renowned of the 30, and became their commander, but he did not attain to the 3. And I also have these notes here for that he was being chief of the 30 and 300 men. So let's see. So 30 apparently in some manuscripts. No, okay, so 2 Hebrew manuscripts, Syriac, and most Hebrew. Wait, what? Okay, that's weird. Okay, so a lot of Hebrew manuscripts have just 3 instead of 30. And then later on, instead of giving a number for the 300 men, apparently some manuscripts have just saying that the slain ones instead of specifically 300. And then, yeah, same issue before with 30 being 3. So, yeah, that's a neat little difference. So,
Yes.
So they're interchangeable.
and Benaiah, the son of Jehodiah, was a valiant man of Kabzeel, a doer of great deeds.
Jehoiada. Not
Close enough.
Jehoiada.
Close enough. He
Neither of you can
struck
read
down-
today, by the way.
What?
Neither of you can read today, by the way.
Dude, this is difficult.
It's not your fault. I'm sure it's not your fault. This sounds just horrible.
In this one, there's
Worse.
so many times where it like repeats and
Yours
but
doesn't.
then does it a little differently, and it's just like, traditionally when you're reading the scrolls, you're supposed to have a golden pointer stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it keeps you in place. And I figured that they did that for a reason, because they probably just kept getting lost while they were reading it because of all the repetition.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
So,
Scrolls would be helpful, I guess.
So there's a word here that says the meaning is unknown, and it's coming up in the next line. So a doer of good deeds, he struck down 2 Ariels of Moab, and apparently nobody knows what Ariels mean.
Birds.
Here, look through there while I continue reading.
For aerials?
Yes,
How do you spell it?
Ariels. Okay. He also went down and struck down a lion in a pit on a day when snow had fallen, and he struck down an Egyptian, a handsome man. The Egyptian had a spear in his hand, but Benaiah went down to him with a staff and snatched the spear out of the Egyptian's hand and killed him with his own spear. These things did Benaiah, the son of Jehodiah, and won a name beside the 3 mighty men. He was renowned among the 30, but he did not attain to the 3, and David set him over his bodyguard. Asahel, the brother of Joab, was one of the 30. Elhanan, the son of Dodo of Bethlehem, Shamara of Herod, Elikiah of Herod, Elika of Herod, of Herod, I guess. Helez the Paltite, Ira the son of Ikesh of Tekoa, Abiezer of Anathoth. This is not easy to read.
This is not fair.
This is They just kind of jumped into this out of nowhere. Mebunai the Hushathite, Zalmon the Ahathite, or the Ahahite.
This says nothing
On
that
it?
thing.
Yeah, makes sense. Maharai of Netopha, Heleb the son of Bana of Netopha, Ittai the son of Ribai of Gibeah of the people of Benjamin. Are they listing the 30? I think this is the listing the 30.
Yep, probably,
That's
man.
otherwise, this is completely unnecessary.
No, you need to read all 30.
I mean, it's all unnecessary.
Gotta read them all.
Of course I am going to read it. I am saying that if this wasn't the 30, this would be a stupid thing to put in there.
Yeah, this would be ridiculous.
Yeah. Benaiah of Pirathon, Hiddai of the brooks of Gosh, Abi Alban the Arbathite, Asmaveth of Bahurim, Eliba the Shalbanite, the sons of Jashen, Jonathan, Shama the Hararite, Ahiam the son of Sharar the Hararite, Eliphalet, the son of Abishai of Makkah, Eliam, the son of Ahithophel of Gilo, Hezro of Carmel, Parai.
Does it say Hezro?
Yes. What does yours say?
Hezrai.
Oh. Yeah, I have that
Whatever.
as like another note. Parai the Arbite, Igal, the son of Nathan of Zobah, Bani the Gadite, Zelek the Ammonite, Naharai of Beroth, the armor-bearer of Joab, the son of Zeruiah, Ira the Ithrite. That one was already set, I think. Actually, a few of these were already set. Gareb the Ithrite, Uriah the Hittite. 37 in all, even though I think a couple of them were repeated. So 37, I don't know why.
So this reminds me of one of those either animes or cartoons where they're like just starting the show and they don't do a good job at introducing the characters, over time.
Yeah.
And they're just like, and here are all 38 characters right the fuck now. Let's introduce them and spend 4 minutes on it.
Yeah,
No!
Long intros.
And that's our friend, and that's his friend, and
Yeah.
that's his friend. And it's just, no! Don't introduce people this way.
And then there's Maud.
And by the way, then there's one.
So I want to remind our viewers that this chapter began saying that these are the last words of David.
Yes, exactly.
Holy shit,
The- the-
David,
the-
shut up!
the-
Just die, David!
The thing is, this is different because these weren't part of David's last words.
Right.
The little thing at the beginning were supposedly David's last words, but as we will find out with Steve's reading,
Nope.
that there's no fucking way these are David's last words.
Yeah.
Right. How...
Things keep happening. But you know what's really weird?
Oh, is this chapter over?
Yes, this chapter
Oh, thank
is over.
goodness.
Yeah,
Yes.
chapter 23 is over.
Chapter 23 is done.
So it seems...
Make sure to drop a like if you guys are enjoying the stream. It really
So-
helps us out.
So far, chapter 22 is completely out of place.
Yep.
Yes.
Chapter 23
This is
is-
terrifying.
also...
Similarly out of place.
Similarly out of place. I hope chapter 24 at least closes up the book.
Nope.
I mean, not well.
Prepare to be disappointed.
But, you know, I kind of... Do you hear anything? Any interference?
Interference?
Yeah.
What could it possibly be?
Behold, I am your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and I want to let all you heathens and sinners know that I support this wonderful episode of Atheist Sunday School. Lawrence and Reuben try their very best to bring you the true glory of the Bible, and they need your help. They have provided links to their Patreon page and other social media just for you. Once again, my name is Jesus Christ, and this is Milwaukee Atheists. The Lord is with them. God bless.
Back.
Wow.
That was thank you, Jesus.
Thank you,
He
Jesus.
keeps stopping by.
Yeah, it's nice to see him every week.
Yeah,
now.
and it's good to know that he's also doing better.
Yeah, we heard he had some stuff,
Yeah, he had some things going on.
and now he's resolving that stuff.
Yeah.
If you care about it, go check out his channel. It's just
Yeah,
Jesus
and also
Christ.
his Fiverr is great.
His
'cause,
Fiverr's great. Yep. You can
Yep.
get him to say whatever.
DB Cisco.
Thank you.
Also that, yeah. DB Cisco, thank you for the 666. Looking good for a dead guy. You know what? I agree.
You guys look great. You died years ago.
Yeah.
You're just puppets, marionettes, in fact.
They call him holy because of his hands.
Oh.
That's exactly it. You got it. There's no other possible reason.
So
That's gotta be it.
Swiss cheese is holier than thou.
All right. So we're on to chapter 24. And 24, that's gotta be for our wonderful guest, Steve Mcrae.
Yes.
From the Non Sequitur Show. Woo!
2 Samuel 24, or Donald Trump would say 2 Samuel.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Again, the anger of the Lord burned against Israel, and he incited David against them, saying, "Go forth and take a census of Israel and Judah." Wait, they're fighting and he wants to go take a head count?
And also, David said this.
While he's fighting, or he's dying.
Or he's dead.
After his last words, though.
After his last words, yeah.
After his last words. So these are the last, after the last.
Yes.
Yeah, like PS,
Feel
PPS.
free to do the commentary, because I don't know crap about this. But, all right. So the king said to Joab, and the army commanders with him, "Go throughout the tribes of Israel, from Dan to Beersheba, and enroll the fighting men, so that I may know how many are there." But Joab replied to the king, "May the Lord your God multiply the troops 100 times over, and may the eyes of the Lord the king see it. But why does my lord the king want to do such a thing?" The king's word, however, overruled Joab and the other commanders. So they left the presence of the king to enroll the fighting men of Israel. After crossing the Jordan, they camped near Astaror, south of the town of George, and went through Gad and onto Jazer. They went to Gilead in the region of Tatim Ashib, and onto Dan Jab, and towards Sidon. Sidon? And they went to the fortress of Tyre, and all the towns of the Hivites and Canaanites. Finally, they went out to Beersheba, in the Negev of Judah. I'm probably butchering his name worse than you do.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, you're fairly doing okay.
The Negev is in the south.
Yeah, it's just the southern part. It's
Yeah.
like it's even further south than Judah.
Yeah.
Like Judah's the southern part of like.
So it's kind of like the
Is-
Compton of Middle East there.
It's kind of like the like we call when we refer to the South, we're talking about like Texas and Alabama, all that stuff. The Negev would be like
These are the
Mexico.
Hicks. These are the
It's not even the Hicks. It's like a different. It's like even further. So it would just be like the Mexicans in comparison.
Oh, wow.
Like that they're further.
They should build a wall there.
Yes, if David would build a wall between Judah and the Negev.
Wall goes there.
Understanding makes sense to me
Would David build a wall between Judah and the Negev?
No.
Apparently Steve's volume is really low.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix that, and I have no idea how to get him up other than adding a bunch of gain. And Steve, try some more here. You were more audible before. Something happened.
now. Do that great. Well, all they would have to do is march around the wall. Crumbling down.
Like I have him
Oh,
on.
yeah.
I have him on max, basically.
I could try to increase my volume a little bit, but
Sure.
I don't know. Messing with my settings too much because
Ditto.
Yeah.
I have set so perfectly.
Yeah,
I mean,
Is that better?
Let me see.
Audio.
I mean, you go into the yellow now, so you're fine.
yeah, okay.
yeah.
You were before.
Weird. Okay.
I don't know, and I have him on max now, basically. So.
After they had gone through the entire land, they came back to Jerusalem at the end of the 9 months and 20 days. Joab reported the number of fighting men to the king. In Israel, there was 800,000 able-bodied men who could handle a sword, and in Judah, 500,000. David was a conscience-stricken David was conscience-stricken after he had counted the 5 million. He said to the Lord, I have sinned greatly in what I have done. Now, Lord, I beg you, take away the guilt of your servant. I've done a very foolish thing. Before David got up next morning, the word of the Lord had come to God with an offering of David's seer. Go and tell David, this is what the Lord says. I'm giving you 3 options.
Hold up, Steve. Okay, so apparently, now there is static.
Now I broke it.
You broke it.
Huh? That's really
It's not on my end.
that's really weird.
Strange.
I'm getting green across the board.
Huh?
So now Gad is David's seer, and David apparently needs a seer to communicate with God now.
I mean, that's happened. Not for David. That hasn't happened.
Right.
But it happened for Saul.
Right.
Because when David called for God, God came running.
Yeah.
He was like, "What do you need, buddy?"
But now he won't even talk to him.
Well, see, so they have a little bit of a lover's spat.
A lover's spat.
Yeah, isn't that the term?
A quarrel. Lover's quarrel.
I think lover's spat is a term.
I haven't heard lover's spat.
I'm almost positive that's a thing.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
outside of like pornography,
That's different.
That sounds.
it's a different kind of spit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different thing.
Okay. Well,
Hey.
I still don't know if they hear static or not.
Yeah, I just did an audio test on my end. It's perfect on my end, so it's something in your audio settings.
Yeah, I mean,
Nothing's new here.
That's
either.
really
We
weird.
can hear you fine here, and we haven't
You sound
changed
totally
And there
audible.
wasn't static before for us. That's strange.
Well, that was me attempting to up his volume.
Huh?
Remember, we have to have that other stupid thing way quieter than it's supposed to be, down to
Right.
like 2,
Right.
to not have interference.
And not to have reverb.
No, interference, electromagnetic interference. It's actually a wire problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You tried plugging, unplugging back in?
I mean, that can only help so much when we have 30 overlapping cables. That's the biggest problem, is there's a lot of signals overlaid. Even if they're sheathed, they still create electromagnetic interference. So,
It says a hum, we got a 60-second hum or
Huh?
well, let me go
something. I know it's not mine, that's
listen to what we're
Right,
hearing.
right. Because we had an issue a couple weeks ago. The cord was not like plugged in all the way, and
Hold on. It's super quiet static if there is static.
okay, yeah, there was an issue when when it wasn't plugged in right, and it was having that weird chirping noise.
Yeah,
That was
Way worse.
yeah.
that
a
was
big
way
issue.
worse. But
I don't think it's that. So, how is it, Chris?
I listened. It sounds okay.
Does
There's a loose graininess that I turned down a little. I don't know
Okay.
what it was.
All right, let's continue. Let's see if that helps.
Okay. Choose one of them for me to carry out next to
Yeah.
you. So we got.
No, I'm still having. He doesn't even show up on here, really.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not anymore. No, you need to scream at your mic.
But that will just be.
Okay, this is as close as I can get. Is that gonna?
Well,
Yeah.
that's.
It's weird. He doesn't.
Yeah, I don't even know what to do about that.
Can you guys hear me in the hangout?
I
We
can hear you.
Hell yeah, we can hear you through the mic over there, but my audio hook is not getting it. Ruben, maybe you can help because you're audio more than I am. No idea
Wonderful show.
why
Amazing.
I can't.
This is what happens when you contact the demon Zuzu
Whoa.
from the Ouija board. This is what it
Now
causes.
Steve
Havoc.
went off the charts.
Can you say a few things, Steve?
For light, what yonder window breaks, it is the east, and Juliet is the sun.
How did it get so much better?
Yeah,
You just
it
walked
looks fine
over
to
here.
me.
He's
and
that
it
good.
worked.
He's that good that it got
I'm that
scared
good.
of him. He
Nothing
saw him
is
coming and said,
different.
"Shit, I better start working."
You're like the Fonz.
Yep. Hey.
You literally just walked over and it stopped being
Fixed
shitty.
it, So nice.
All right, let's continue then.
No idea.
You're scared of you.
So before we go, I would like to state for the audience, I am sick and tired of my stuff just not working. So perhaps in some way we could fix this, but I don't know how or why.
You have
It does
Stop
stop.
summoning demons. They mess with your audio.
Yeah.
You have
alright.
to just teach the equipment to respect you enough to do what you want without you having to do anything.
That's ridiculous. We're not going to be able to do
Your
that.
equipment doesn't respect you in the morning?
Or at all.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Can we continue?
Yes, please.
So Gad went to David and said to him, "Shall there come on you 3 years of famine in your land, or 3 months of fleeing from your enemies while they pursue you, or 3 days of plague in your land? Now then, think it over and decide how I should answer the one who sent me." David said to Gad, "I am in deep distress. Let us fall into the hands of the Lord, for his mercy is great. But do not let me fall into human hands." So the Lord sent a plague from Israel on that morning until the end of the time designated, and 70,000. Wait, what? Okay. And 70,000 of the people from Dan to Beersheba died. When the angel stretched out his hand to destroy Jerusalem, the Lord relented concerning the disaster and said to the angel who was afflicting the people, "Enough! Withdraw your hand."
So,
And the
okay,
an-
hold on. Here's something very interesting. Because all the other times we had angels, they were more of like...
Messengers.
Messengers or like an extension of God.
Well, they're often referred
I thought
to
that was
as-
like the warriors were supposed to be his warriors.
I mean,
they were doing all his bad shit.
Yes, but before this point, it was always portrayed as like they're always there to do God's will, and they are like a part of God. Like they're like God kind of throwing like his hands into like onto earth. Like it's like him doing stuff.
It's
That's
an
how he's.
God didn't want to do
extension of him.
himself. He just had other angels. He just like let the angels take care of it.
I mean, something like that. But now he's actually talking to an angel. That hasn't happened before like this, right?
right.
Well,
This
God has not talked to an angel
God
yet.
has never had to directly. Well, besides when he tells the angels to go between Sodom and Gomorrah, he says, "You go to this city, and I will go to this city."
Oh, okay. Did he talk to them there?
I'm fairly certain that he did.
I think he commanded them.
He might have commanded them. Yeah.
Well, this is weird because
But this is an angel acting of its own free will to
Something like that, yeah.
destroy is Jerusalem.
or no, it seems like yeah, he was about to destroy Jerusalem. This angel was, and then God was like, "No, don't destroy Jerusalem."
Because
Okay.
I like that place.
Yeah, it's my favorite place. All right, let's continue.
Does the angel have a name?
No.
Doesn't look like it.
It's just angel.
Just no name angel. Okay, must be a minor one. The angel of the Lord was then at the threshing floor of Anirah, the Jebusite.
Jebusite, yeah.
Yeah.
Who makes these names up?
Some really old Jews.
Gee. When David saw the angel who was striking down the people, he said to the Lord, "I have sinned. I, the shepherd, have done wrong. These are but sheep. What have they done? Let your hand fall on me and my family."
So
On that,
hold
go ahead.
on. Just because I want to. I know we usually don't do this, but we haven't had a behold this entire episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this my translation says behold.
His translation says behold.
So
I got no behold.
fuck it.
I can add it.
Behold.
Behold!
This is add shit to the Bible. Nobody's gonna know the difference. It's fine.
Yeah, and if we ever do a Bible translation, it's all gonna be behold.
Yeah.
Every
Where
time
does it
that
say
see
behold?
or look shows up,
Oh,
we'll replace it with behold.
Before I have sinned, and I have done wickedly.
Oh, yeah. See, NIV version.
Yeah.
What do you? Yeah. What do you read? Where do you have?
Yeah.
He has the English Standard Version.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So confusing. So many different versions of the Bible.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say behold a lot just for you. On that day, Gad went to David and said unto him, "Go up and build an altar to the Lord on the threshing floor of Anurah and Jebusite." So David went up, as the Lord had commanded him through Gad. When Anurah looked and saw the king and his officials coming towards him, he went out and bowed down before the king with his face to the ground. Araunah said, "Why has my lord the king come to his servant?" "To buy your threshing floor," David answered. So I could build an altar to the Lord, that the plague of my people may be stopped. Araunah said to David, "Let my lord the king take what he wishes and offer it up. Here are oxen for the burnt offerings, and here are the threshing sledges and ox yokes for the wood. Your majesty," Araunah, "gives all this to the king." Araunah said to him, "May your Lord, your God, accept you." But the king replied to Araunah, "No, I insist on paying you for it. I will not sacrifice to the Lord my God burnt offerings that cost me nothing." So David bought the threshing floor and the oxen, and paid 50 shekels of silver for them. David built an altar to the Lord there, and sacrificed burnt offerings and fellowship offerings. Then the Lord answered his prayer on behalf of the land, and the plague on Israel was stopped.
So this is a very, this is Behold!
Behold!
This is a seemingly very random plague.
Yes.
And it's especially interesting to note that David is the one doing the sacrifices here.
Yes.
Because...
Even though he couldn't.
Well, right. Because he wasn't a priest.
Yes.
He's
What
not...
is he dying for all this? How is he? What's going on here? Is his last words, or is he doing burnt offerings?
Both?
I'm really confused of his status here.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, he doesn't die until,
A little later, right?
yeah, a little later. I think it's in the first chapter of Kings.
Yeah.
Are we done?
That was the end of chapter 24.
We did it.
Yeah. That was, we apologize for the audio issues. I have no idea what was causing that.
And when Ruben walked over here,
Hey, I
it just started
fixed
working
it.
again.
Fonz
The,
just knocked it out of
the audio board just respects me enough to do it.
Apparently, because the last 2 times we've had issues, Ruben has either casually glanced at it or made one simple recommendation, and now it works, I guess, even though when I did it, it didn't.
I'm a motherfucking wizard.
Well, just audio wizard. Be audio
I'm a
wizard.
Isn't that a
pinball
program?
wizard.
Huh?
Isn't Audio Wizard a
I
program?
feel like it is.
Yeah.
No,
File
if it's not, it
Explorer.
should be.
But, yeah, also Pinball Wizard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pinball
Definitely.
wizard. There has to be a
Even
trick.
chess wizard.
Alright. So, yeah, he fucking... Yeah. That was just a weird narrative altogether.
Yeah.
And this...
All 3 of these stories, they aren't like consecutive chronologically.
Yeah, they don't really go well together.
And yeah, it really just seems like they were like, oh, well, what else can we shove in there at the end of 2
Addendum.
Samuel?
But that wasn't enough. Addendum. No, that wasn't enough either. Addendum. There you go. 3 addendums. Let's just staple these on, and nobody will ask any more clarifying questions because it's a book, and fuck you.
Yeah.
And it's, it was very poorly put together.
Yes.
So, Mr. Dead Compiler, you're awful. You're a piece of shit.
Yeah, compiler, learn to program.
Fucking damn redactors. Alright, so that is the end of the books of Samuel. Next
And
week,
also the end of First Kingdoms.
yes. We will get into the books of Kings.
Or Second Kingdoms.
Jesus Christ.
Part
Yeah.
1, I guess.
Yeah, part 1. Next week, we're going to be starting First Kings. We're not,
Or
No.
Second
we're
Kingdoms.
not doing that
Part
shit.
1, subsection A.
Are you really, Ruben?
So that's that. We hope you enjoyed the episode. Leave a like. And obviously, subscribe if you haven't. All that good stuff. And thank you to everyone who donated today. That was a
Thanks,
fantastic
Landon and
big day.
DB.
Thank you, Landon and DB.
We get increasingly closer to our goal.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to get some black robes soon.
I already have some.
of course you do. I'm so not surprised by that.
Why would you be surprised by that?
All right. So definitely check out all the links in the description. You know,
And the links
Patreon,
in the Nightbot.
Yeah, and the Nightbot stuff. So Patreon and the wish list and
All that fun
Teespring,
stuff.
shirts. You can get fucking shirts and shit.
What
All-
about
Behold shirts?
Steve?
Oh, did we send DB the shirt?
Yes.
Okay.
DB, your shirt has been sent to you. So, yeah, that's that. So thank you everyone for joining us. Steve, thank you for joining us. If you want to shill out, non sequitur show for anyone who hasn't heard about it.
Or anything else you're involved in that you want to shill?
Or other stuff you want to show.
Like world
The
peace?
whole, I can't talk about the other stuff I'm involved with, legal reasons. But non sequitur show, check it out. We do weird shit, like 100 demons in the middle of the night.
And it looks like his audio just stopped working again right there.
Demon, I'm telling you.
I'm
demons.
promising you it's not you, but we don't know what it is because it just crashes or something. Like
Okay, well that's
Ooh,
ridiculous.
The
Yep.
ghost board.
Anyways. All right, we will see you guys next
Next
time.
Sunday.
See you next
See you
Sunday.
next Sunday.